Hi, this is Ron Janish. This video is about an introduction to first law of motion in respect to the markets and Babson and Andrews techniques. What happened was Alan Andrews came up with this thing called the pitchfork, and basically it's really pretty easy. To draw the pitchfork, you take a low point, a high point, and a low point. And the theory is that 80% of the time prices make it to the median line, and it's fairly useful for having an idea of sorts of what the trend is. Okay? That's the basics of it. What happened was along the way I came up with something that's known as the new Andrews pitchfork indicator, which is totally objective and is calculated differently. And so with the new indicator, you don't have to guess if you're going to be drawing a median line from here to here to here, or if you're going to draw it from here to here to here to here, because if you have to decide, then what happens is, unless you've taken our advanced course and have some solid rules on it, you can have some difficulty and you can interpret the market differently depending on if the line is this way or if the line is this way. Okay? And so what we did was we came up with a totally objective indicator. Now, what's interesting about this is this also takes into consideration the first law of motion. And just a little refresher, an object is at rest and will remain at rest unless acted upon by a force of some sort. And an object is in motion and continues in motion. When an object is in motion, it continues in motion in the same speed, in the same direction, unless acted upon by some force. So if you roll a ball down the street, you effectively have this force that's considered resistance, which is what slows it down. And if you have a slope, then you have another force there. That slope will make it accelerate. So you have different forces acting upon these kind of things at any given time. Now, in the market, this is a chart. What we've done is we've taken the U.S. S&P index, and I like to use that because it's one of the few things that's not manipulated. As Mark Cuban on Shark Tank will tell you, the stock market's manipulated for the most part. Price of most stocks is just manipulated. And if you read Jesse Livermore's book, which was written way back when, he'll tell you exactly how they do it. So the reason the S&P isn't manipulated entirely as much is because primarily the Fed does its little tweaking, but which gets a lot of people to act, and the S&P index winds up representing the value of 65% of the stock market. So now, when you look at these numbers here, let me tell you how they're interpreted and how that works. Let's go to here. Okay, when you see numbers above these daily bars, they're bearish, so they're effectively, like, think of them as energy pushing them down. And when you see numbers below, they're bullish. And a value of 1 is it's okay. 2 is a bit stronger. 3 or more is very nice, and so if they're cumulative. So if you have a total of 3 or 4 or more in a few days, that's cumulative and increases the power. So for here you have 1, 2, and then all of a sudden a 3, and whoa, power goes this way real quick, right? And so here you have a 1, 1, 2, so you have a total of 4 right now, which is getting pretty powerful. And another one, all of a sudden, boom, up she goes for quite a period of time. Okay? And these are measurable things that you can measure, and it's not a big deal. To do that, it's very easy. And let's take a look over long term when we did this. We took a really choppy period in the market. This was in 2010, nice sideways move here. Now, one of the things that we found is that whenever you have the value 3 or more, you usually have, and that's cumulative, remember? So it can be in one day or it can be a couple of days together. Then you typically have a strong move that lasts for many weeks, 3-4 weeks. So here's a 3, for example, and so for 3-4 weeks or more, up she goes. And then you get all these boosters on one side. So here's an example, like, okay, so here's a 2, that's right about the same point, but then you get only 1s. So 3 is good for several weeks, and then you get the 1s boosting it all the time. That is really kind of neat, and there's nothing to give it any kind of resistance until you get to here, and you get a little bit of resistance, but the ultimate resistance and the actual pusher is when you have a 3 and then it suddenly goes boom, bazinga. See? So, and you get a 2 and then another 3, 2, a 3, and so the power is still on for the downside, and simply when you have a 3 or more, it suggests that several weeks later prices will be considerably lower, which they are right down here. Okay? And they come down here and then all of a sudden, there's a 1, 3, 1 in a matter of 3 days. So you have a total of 5, and bazinga, up we go. Right? Until we finally get up to here, and we have a whole bunch of values together. We have a total of 6 over a period of a few days. Oh, it's 7. And boom, down we go. Okay? Until we get over here, where we have 5, 6 points together, and boom, up we go again. So this is how an indicator might interact with the market, and this is what we call the new Andrews pitchfork indicator. And I want you to know that for the time being, what we do is we are giving it away for free on a daily basis, the end result of that indicator. We don't want to give the indicator itself away because we'd like to sell it to some big company that really, really wants it. And what we do is we take this site here, which is Andrews Pitchfork Indicator, or we click on Innovative Physics, and there's good old Roger Babson. And on this page here, we have a chart. And so simply says, note latest updates for this indicator are either at Innovative Physics or at Andrews Pitchfork. And that's where you can find the updates on a regular basis. And typically what happens, and here's your latest ones, is when you have a 3, you typically have prices being a lot further several weeks later. And remember, 3s can be 3, 4s can be cumulative. And here we go, nice move. And here we go again, and nice move. Okay. And what we found in our research is that when you have a really nice, strong, long move, you will often have a whole bunch of 1s, or it starts with a 3 down here somewhere, but then afterwards there's just lots of 1s that are all on one side. And when they stop being on one side, start looking for something that tells you, hey, it's going the other way. Okay, so here, for example, here they're all on one side. We're all going down, and once it gets up to here, they're the other way, and then it's even a strong one, a 4, and so it's up we go. Let's see how this worked back in way back when the market was really tanking. Okay. Well, here we can see here's a sideways move, and here we have the 1s on the ups and on the downs, and ups and downs and ups and downs. Right? Just a lot of 1s on the upside and on the downside, and they kind of make the market go up and down. And then we have a 3, and 3 is the indicative of power number, whether it's cumulative or not. And here we go, down we go. And then the 1s are over here, and then once it gets a 1 over here, it's saying no, 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 no. Right, the downside's probably going to be over for a bit. And so it goes up a ways, and you get a low one and a high one, and then all of a sudden, here we go again, and these are all on the upside. See how they're all up on high here? And it's just down we go, down we go, down we go. All right, notice there are no 1s over here. Okay, and here you get another 3. And this tells you, hey, this is going to have another powerful down move. And sure enough, it goes down. And when it goes down, it makes a low. Notice there's no values down here below here. Okay. So basically, my sense is the reason it went up is because, and we don't have it marked, is because, well, our indicator isn't sensitive to that necessarily, to whatever's happening there. And so here we notice the numbers are all on the upside until we get to here. Here they start coming down below in February, in the late February of 09. Here you have another one below. Here you have another one below. And here was the bottom. Right? And then up we go, and we have the 1, 2, and a 2, which is 5 altogether. And that's away we go time. Right? So up we go. Okay. That's to give you an idea of how the new Andrews Pitchfork indicator interacts with the market, which is really based upon Babson's action-reaction theory, because it utilizes first law of motion rather than the third law of motion, which is what most of his other work recognizes. Okay, so that's what we have, and I want to show you one or two other little things. If you go to any of our websites, be it Innovative Physics or the other ones, what you can do at any time is, let's take a look, see where this gets us. Oops, bad. That's bad. Okay, here we go. It is at any time, it can take you over here to the products page where you can easily find some real products for the serious investor. We have the Advanced Andrews course, and we have the Babson insights, which show you how to find reliable center lines. That's one of the things that Babson alluded to in one of his books. He said, gee, if we only had reliable center lines, then life was so much easier. And it really is true, and this helps you find it. And that's this is in the Advanced Andrews course. And if you really want to do some research and get into it big time, then what you do is you get the Expanded Andrews course, and here's a video clip, and here's another video clip, and you can see how it works, and you can see what it consists of. Okay, and so it consists of what we show you here. That's in addition to 25 additional videos. Okay. So, but here's what I do want you to do, no matter what happens, whether you buy something or not. Go over to this new page here and sign up in here. This way you get our Pitchfork newsletter once in a while. And you also have the opportunity to put your email address in here. Then you can be a member of the Yahoo group. The Yahoo group gets emails during the day. You get a few a day. And if you just want one daily digest at the end of the day, no problem. You can specify that when you sign up, and so that all the emails will be in one daily digest. Your mailbox will not be full of 3 or 4 emails. Right? So this is Ron Janisch saying thank you for getting the book, and see you in the course.